What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I am Craig. Sorry for the late update today. I had some issues with uploading the video earlier and I just had to restart everything all over. But anyways, gonna get to it. We're gonna take a look at the longer term first, then we're gonna go into the smaller term time frame and see what to expect and what areas to watch in the smaller time frames too. But first, I want to show you some things on the bigger time frame. So this chart, if I put it in a 3-day, we can shrink it down a little bit. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tick your notification bells to get you updated when I make new videos. So we had these parabolic arcs here. Every time we break these, I did some measurements on how far Bitcoin fell each time the parabolic arc broke. And as you guys know, we broke it over here. And every time we do that, we are in a longer term bear market. Let's go into the daily chart real quick. We're going to zoom in over here. So from the time we broke this till we bottomed over here was 78%. Now that's not the high to the low. That is from the time we broke the parabolic arc. The high to the low is in the 85% range. So we're just going to go for each time it broke the parabolic arcs. Actually, we got to start with this one over here. This one over here was about 77%. And if we go to where we broke here in 2018, that was about 78%. So let's say 75% just to be reasonable. So when we broke it, which was right here, we go down to 70% would be around the $17,000 range. As you guys know, I have the fibs drawn, this fib channel drawn down in here. If we do come down to this one, this fib channel is going to be massive. If it breaks, we're gonna have much further. The next fib channel is all the way down to around 20,000, and after that we're looking at possibly 9,800, possibly even lower than that if we get down into the next fib. But again, we'll talk about that as it goes on. I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. Let's look at the Amazon compared to the Bitcoin chart. We've been keeping an eye on this. As you guys know, right now we are getting rejected at the 55 EMA, which is around this 43.4 range. And if we close this weekly below this orange trend line, which would be somewhere in the $43,000 range, I'm going to say it's going to continue being bearish, and it is a good possibility this is what we're going to see. We talked about this yesterday, how bear markets work. Every time we get a pump, see, when this fell down here, people were bummed out, wishing they would have sold up there. Then it comes up, back up, and then they get all excited again, thinking it's going to new all-time highs, and then it gets dumped again. Over and over and over, that is what happens in a bear market. It happened in Bitcoin in the last two big bear markets. It happens in every bubble pop, basically. So what I'm looking at here is, if this was to play out, almost all the time frames and everything are right. These are both weekly charts. That would put Bitcoin well under $10,000 in 2023. And then, if you guys are familiar with Amazon, it took, to break this high right here, it took 10 years to get back over. I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to take that long if this plays out, but it definitely is a possibility. The beauty of that is, once you learn to trade and learn markets, they all act the same. A lot of people don't understand that finding patterns and charts are based on human emotions. So once you learn that and start tuning that into your trading, you'll become a much better trader. And if Bitcoin does die out for a few years like it usually does, it gets really boring, you can jump into other stocks or anything else and still trade the markets. That is the beauty of learning to trade. I pointed all the similarities out in yesterday's video. You can go back and watch that. So on the weekly chart, as you guys know, weekly close below here, I think is going to be extremely bearish for Bitcoin. We talked about this yesterday. This is the weekly RSI. We did close right on the line, and I talked about it. We could get a pump this week and then still come down, close the RSI below this line, and continue down. It does look like that is possibly what's going to happen. I will keep you guys updated. Make sure you smash the like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will keep you updated with what I'm seeing. So, as you guys know, we were watching this rising broadening wedge. Everybody else was talking about a falling wedge, which never played out because it wasn't a falling wedge. This is the bigger pattern, the rising broadening wedge. The measured move of that is 23.3 area. Now, I've talked about this before. I think Personally, I believe that Bitcoin's probably going to follow more of the bubble pop pattern and go much lower. But if it does have a chance to bounce here, and this being a local bottom, that is a possibility. Keep that in mind. It's still possible that it goes up from there, but a lot's going to depend on what's going on in the world, what's going on in the traditional markets, because no matter what anybody tells you, Bitcoin cannot hold up in a traditional bear market. It's not going to decouple. It's not going to be its own money all of a sudden and be just shoot straight up. And everybody laughs and thinks, look at this big pump. Well, look at this big pump. It's not that huge, guys. It's a dead cat bounce. It's a bull trap. That's how they work, and that's what they do to get money back in the markets. If they just keep selling, they'll make a lot less money. They need these pumps so they can sell at higher prices. We're also going to take a look, like I said, when we take a look at the smaller time frame, we're going to take a look at that Lux Algo indicator too. I want to show you something on that. That thing has been calling it pretty damn good. So if you can mix that in with your other indicators or your other styles, there's lots of adjustments on it. Again, we'll look at that here in a few. But we also talked about this RSI, the falling channel here in blue. That would bring the RSI, if it makes a measured move of the channel, all the way up to around the 71 to 72 point range for the RSI. But you can see the white line there I drew in as more of a falling wedge. If we look at that in the breakout, then that is suggesting it already topped out here. So it's a good possibility. But we zoom into the daily here. One more thing we want to look at, we're getting support on the 55 EMA on the daily as of right now. We drew these fibs on here yesterday, and as you can see, 46.8 is the 0.382 fib. Doesn't mean it has to go up there. A lot of times they'll front run that because everyone will be expecting it. As you can see, the 200 EMAs here also. So that's going to be an area to watch. If it does get a quick spike up there, I do expect a rejection. If it goes past that, 51,000 is the next area, and then you have the golden pocket at 65. But if we measure just from this drop here, we put the fibs on right here. This is, guys, if you guys understand my channel, most of you do. A lot of people don't get it. I'm here to show you how to read charts, how I read charts. Not here to tell you when to long, when to short, when to buy, when to sell, none of that stuff. You need to make those decisions for yourself. Like everybody followed the Moon Boys and bought up above 50,000, and now they're pissed at them. And well, actually now they're getting hopium again, but it's not the Moon Boys' fault unless they actually told you to buy. So always remember, the decisions are yours. And when you're trading, always remember, unrealized profits are not profits. Whether you're longing or shorting, unrealized profits are not profits. Always protect your capital, and don't be playing with more money than you're willing to use. And use risk management. If you are interested in trading, check out Primex BTT. It is by far the best exchange, in my opinion. You can trade, like I said, when Bitcoin slows down. I'm going to get into the smaller time frames after this, but I just wanted to talk about this for a minute. When Bitcoin does slow down, of course, there's some altcoins you can trade in here, but you can also trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, Japan, natural gas, all kinds of things on this exchange. That is the beauty of it. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. There is a contest section where you can practice in there. They give you free money to practice with, and if you actually win the contest, then you get tradable money. So it's a good way to learn the platform, get familiar with putting in longs and shorts, getting familiar with leverage. If you do want to check out the video on how to adjust your leverage and how to use my promo code SAVVY50, that will get you up to a $7,000 bonus to trade with. And Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. There is a tutorial down here. There's a few tutorials you might want to check out. Just go to my YouTube page, scroll down here, and you'll see some, it says free short tutorials. There's a few tutorials in there. Then there's the Primex BT one. It'll teach you how to adjust your leverage, where to put the promo codes, things like that. Definitely check it out. One more thing, check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. Both those links are down below. Definitely check them out. Check my wife's webpage out. Great way to help support the channel. She has a crypto section, a lot of good stuff in here. Quality stuff too, guys. It's not garbage. So let's go into the 4 hours. So looking at the 4 hour, if you guys watched a few days ago, if you follow me on Twitter, if you don't, I suggest you do. It's at Crypto Savvy 1, and it's at Crypto Savvy 1. It's the Crypto Savvy is all letters. There's a fake out there using the 0 as the O. You'll be able to tell my account. So anyways, we broke out of this. The measured move of that in the best case scenario here, let's put that on there right here. That would be up to about the $48,000 range. We also have the VPVR has some resistance here at 47,180. But anyways, and you can see over here it is confluent with all this price action. So good possibility we could get up there, but the area you're going to want to watch is this channel. If we fall back below this channel and start opening and closing a couple 4 hour candles under it, that's bearish. Then we're most likely going to test the middle of the channel, and that's going to be back down to around 41.4. Then the bottom, and if we break the bottom of this channel, depending on if, when, and where, then we're going to be heading back down to the mid $30,000 range. That'll be a good short position when it breaks the bottom of this trend line, which I'm sure it will over time. We might get another little pump up. But if we do, I'd be looking for a rejection between 47 and 48,000. If we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, if this is a channel, which I really don't think it is, we only had one touch up here, 2 touches on the bottom. But if that was the case, if it did break up and out over in here, it could be going much, much higher. I don't think so. I will be keeping you updated on that. You can also look at the RSI here and see that we had this wedge formed in here in the RSI. We broke up above right in here, came back down, and now we closed the 4 hour under here. So we're getting rejected. So that's another thing to watch to know if we're going to continue down from here. If it does close under this channel right in here, which is going to be below 43,250, an open and close of a 4 hour down there, that's pretty much going to confirm this, and we should be headed back down. Could be doing some sideways action and just erase this whole move over here. So just, guys, try not to get your emotions involved and FOMO in when everybody's telling you it's going to 100,000. We seen what happened with that last year. I did put on Twitter last year that I would delete my account if we hit 100,000, and we did not. So here I am. I'll say it again this year. I'll delete my Twitter if we hit 100,000. I do not believe it is going to happen. All right, so looking at the Lux Algo, you can see the indicator is doing great for signals here. These were shorter moves, but look at the sell signal here. Had you go all the way down, that was about an $8,000 move. Then you got your buy signal here, and then a sell signal would have threw you off a little bit, but you got your buy in here, another buy in here, and we did get our sell signal a couple days ago. As you can see right now, if we zoom in here, we are resting on this support, and that is right there along with the top of that channel. That's around the 43.3 range. If we open and close a 4 hour below 43.3, most likely we're headed down to at least this next support here, which is around 40,800. After that, then we start looking back down into the bottom here. The Lux Algo, guys, definitely check it out. It does have some great features on here. I have all 3 of the paid versions on here. I do have a link down below. You can get a 20% off. Definitely check it out. It is a cool, like I said, I've been using it, trying to figure out how I can fit it into my trading, and so far so good. It has tons of different areas you can, whoops, that isn't it. You can do all kinds of modifications to it in here. It even has like your breakout zones, pattern detection, predictive ranges, auto trend lines, institutional profiles, and I'll show you that real quick. Turn on the institutional profile, get this out of your way, and you can see back here where their buy and sells are heavily in action. Now let's go to the daily on here and see what that's looking like. The daily, so you can see all the sell pressure right in here, the buy and sell pressure. There should be sell pressure. It is lining up with that 46.2 range. You can also find good divergence down here. This is the statistics premium 2.0, and it does tell you when you get higher highs also tells you when you get lower lows on the bottom, or higher lows, I'm sorry, on the bottom. So it helps you figure out divergence a little bit too. If you're new to trading, that's a good thing to learn. So anyways, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. I will be making video tomorrow much earlier, I promise, because I got stuff to do in the evening. As you guys know, I got a lot of good feedback on, I was telling you guys I'm going to be starting a sober living housing. So as that comes along, me and my wife are going to be making a TikTok about it. So once I purchase the building and start doing the remodeling and things like that, I'm going to have it on TikTok, and we're going to follow the process all the way till we get it up and running. So we'll be doing that with our house probably too. So anyways, watch for that. I'll let you guys know. Don't forget, there's a free Discord link in the bottom of the description. Totally free Discord. Definitely check that out. Again, check out the links down below. Thanks, guys. I'm out.